Hello, everyone. I know that we have a lot of things going on with the stay-at-home order, and some of us are mandatorily confined to our homes and stuff like that. But what I want to say is, whenever things like this is going on, this is kind of like a sign from the universe, from God, the higher power, whoever you believe in. This is a sign for you to go ahead and take advantage. Like some of us are still working. I'm still working. I'm blessed. And my heart goes out to a lot of people who have been laid off. But we have so many people who have so many talents. I mean, they have so much talent in one thumb than they could ever provide or put towards in a 9 to 5 that would never produce and give them the value that they could produce and give to themselves by investing in themselves. A lot of us have some habits that we turned into a business, or some things that we liked it and we created and turned into a business. Like, we live in the land of the free, the land of the opportunities. Let's take this time and flip it with the time that we have, put it back into our family. A lot of us were working so much, like we only saw our kids to feed them and send them on the way to school, and that was it. We didn't spend time with our spouses. We were working so much. So now that we're confined into the home, it's time to work on ourselves. Do some board game and do some outside yard work. Like walk your pets. Like, do a lot of time, spend a lot of your time turning this negative into a positive. Like, a lot of goals and hobbies that you haven't worked on in years. You might want to fix up a house, fix up a car, start knitting, sewing, doing hair again. Like, you may have kids in your home and you weren't able to put in the time to do hair, and you're good at hair. This may be the time that you practice. This time where you home, any old hobbies that you used to do that you could create into a business, work on that, so that way if something like this happens again, you have another side hustle. And let's hope this doesn't happen again. But we're not in control of when things go wrong in the country, when things get shut down, when we go into a recession. We're not in control of that. But what we're in control of is ourselves and how we react and what we can do. Practice singing, like make new hobbies, start a garden, work on the garden that you've been putting to the side. Like, take the time to really think about how you can turn this into something positive. The more we're focusing on how negative this is, how this sucks, this is the longer it's going to be, the longer it's going to take. But the more you positive about it, and you're finding a way to turn this around to put into yourself, into your family, into your home, the people that you are in the home with, that you're quarantined and haven't built a relationship, or the relationship went south. Like, this is your time to start really thinking and being creative. What can I do? How can I get this business off the ground? Let me start putting myself out there. Let me start coming up with more habits and more strategic ways of how I can finish this book, start a new book. Like, it's so many hidden opportunities that's involved in this situation, that too many of us are only just looking at the negative, which is making it more negative for yourself. Because I'm looking at a lot of other people that's really turning this time into something creative, and it doesn't have to be making money. Like, I'm looking at people rebuilding their relationships, their lives, their family, starting businesses, putting themselves out there like they never did before, putting that time into their home. They weren't able to fully clean up as good as they were. Like, I'm just trying to put any little thing that you could think of. Getting better at cooking, getting better at baking. Like, we are so smart. We don't have to just rely on the internet to tell us what to do, find it, Google it. Now is the time to be creative. Kind of go back to the old school ways of thinking without having to just be subjected to whatever you have in front of you on your screen. Be creative now. Invest in yourself. Love on yourself. Put this time into yourself. Start putting skincare, hair care. Like, a lot of times the excuse for us, oh, I didn't have time. You have number time. Make this time useful. Make it useful. The more we're going to concentrate and focus on positivity, the quicker things are going to seem to get better in your world. Like when you look at the news, of course, the news is here for one thing, to show you all the negativity and put a highlight, and sometimes there's some good things in there, and it's pretty much letting you know what's going on in the world. But within your world around you right now, with you're in control of, that's what you want to work on making better for you. Start cooking like you never cooked before. You didn't know how to cook ever. This is your time. Invest it. Invest it in you. Invest it in your family. Pray more. Start looking into energy healing. Like you can do energy healing on yourself. Use your internet for something good besides just scrolling, for something learning, encouraging, uplifting, to bring positivity and love to you. If all you saw was negative and heard negative, it's because all you put your mind to and your screen on was something negative. So change that around for this time being. Perfect time to invest on changing how you think. When you get those negative thoughts, stop it in its tracks. Replace it with 3 to 4 different positive things. Start looking up how you can raise your vibrations, how you can use law of attraction. Like use it to continue into studying the Bible, spirituality, like anything that you're into. Or find something new that you've never done before, that you want to engulf in, that you have so much time, instead of just waiting on the latest update of the coronavirus for your state, for your city, what happened last week, or something positive. Focus on that. Let's start focusing on healing. Let's do some healing for the world, for yourself, for the people that are sick right now. Say some prayers. Like, be that support from where you are with the technology we have now. I mean, there's so many groups that's doing meditations for the world, that's doing their part group-wise to enhance and try to do their part from their home to help the world, because you can't physically go out like you would want to back in the day and physically do stuff, but you can send vibrational love and energy out to the world to help those that are in need right now. Like, it's so much you can do. Let's stop focusing on what is going on, the media waiting on these checks, and focusing on ourselves so we can depend on ourselves. The government is here to help us, yes. It is not our only number one thing we have to go with. The Creator God, whatever, gave you a mind that is very creative. You could come up with a business right now. Continue working on your business. Try several things. Nothing's going to be easy. Nothing you're going to do the first time is going to take off. That's why you're going to have to put in the time that you have now. Come up with ideas and strategies and follow through and put in the action that you can do. But when you're doing it, do it with love and positivity. Make sure that you're in a loving place. Your heart and mind is open. Same thing whenever you're sending out energy or doing energy healing for someone else, yourself, a family member. Make sure you're in a good, loving, happy place. And wait until you're in a good, loving, happy place in order to go ahead and do that. You can do way more than you think at home from your house with the vibrations and the love you can send out towards the people that need it. Working on a business for yourself from at home that you could work on whenever you start back working right now. Some kind of group you can go to uplift, instead of just coming to a group that's only about this is going on, this many people died, this many more people. Focus on some positivity that's just going to help you and the world and all of us in a time like this. I know it's hard to focus. I know we have a lot of our loved ones going through things that we can't put our finger on and change it automatically. But there's going to be a blessing that's going to be in there, some lessons, some things you're going to learn. This is a time for us to know, take advantage, and be happy that we have technology to still contact, call, see, and get in touch with people from our very homes at the touch of a fingertip. Let's be creative, you guys. You are very smart. You are very wise. Take the time to think it out. Think. It's a lot of good things that you could be doing. You know, you can help someone else with some ideas for their business that needs it. I mean, you can only help someone who wants to be helped. You can't force someone. So, you know, see how you can be of help from at your home without endangering yourself and others, and trying to give back from right where you are. And there's so many options. Donating things, clean your closet, like so many things that we can give away and give to the needy, and things we just need to throw out. Like, let's take the time and use it for something good. There's something going on that we can't physically fix. We know that, but there's a part that we can fix, and let's focus on that. Enjoy your weekend.